Live from Derry, Fafnir and Spawn.
Thank you for ruining the intro. We're actually live.
Yes, thank you for that, Mr. Soundman. Mr. Soundman.
Ruined the intro.
Okay, ready?
And
we are live.
There's the intro.
Okay.
So, while we wait for folks to join us, how are you this evening?
It has been a strange day. It has been a strange week. It's been a strange month.
It's been a strange year.
Yes.
Yay, people are joining us.
Well, of course they are. Hello. It
and-
is us. Of course you're going to join us.
Hello, and welcome to November 2020's free mini reading event with Lord Fafnir and Spawn. So far we have 4 slots signed up for previously tonight, and those slots are Tammy, Chelsea, Karen Elphick Roy, and Godric Vess. There are 6 slots up for grabs. So for anybody who did not previously book a slot for tonight, speak now
Who would
or
like
forever
to-
hold your peace.
I was going to say, we'll say this for a few minutes until we actually get people. But if it's like past, the slots will not remain open for long.
No.
And we'll have a wait list like we did last time, because the last time we had 6 sign up in advance, and then 3 didn't show up. So
Right.
So some people on our wait list actually got readings last time.
We have one that would like to be added. Lydia, you sign up by doing exactly what you just did. If you would like to sign up, just say that you would like, just basically say that you want a spot.
Sounds like Lydia does.
Our sound man, who is Matt Alling, for people that don't know, is our sound man. He's floating around in the comments, and if you say that you would like a reading, he will totally grab you.
Yes, he has multiple purposes. Sound man, also accountant, so to speak. Also troll master or troll miser, depending on your perspective.
Yes, Lydia, you totally may sign up. And got you, Kendall. Are you getting these, sound man?
Hold on, I'm having trouble getting the comments up. Give me a minute.
The sound man is having technical difficulties.
Like I said, Mr. Soundman.
But yes, Kendall, I see you and I see Lydia. So yes, 2 spots. I see Chelsea's here already. So for the people that pre-signed up, we're looking for Chelsea, Tammy, Karen Elphick Roy, and Godric Vess. So
Yes, have any of our pre-signed people shown up at this point?
Chelsea and Tammy are both here.
Okay,
So would you
beautiful.
like to get into it?
We certainly can.
So for those of you,
Well, my eye itches. Ow. Okay.
So while my father pokes himself in the eye,
Absolutely.
For those of you who would like a reading but have not gotten a reading from us before, I see Kate, Soundman, if you can get Kate on the list.
So I got Lydia, Kate, and somebody else.
Kendall. So yes, for those of you who haven't had a reading from us before, one thing that we do ask you to do previously is pick a number between 1 and 78. So if you could just have that number in your mind when it's your turn, it makes things go a lot faster.
And the rationale behind that number is there are 78 cards in the tarot deck. Because what we do is when we do these things in front of people, we have them shuffle the cards and put their energy into the deck. Obviously, this way we can't. But so we shuffle the cards, but you guys still pick the starting position. And that's the whole point of the number. Whatever the number is, that's the number that we will start with the deck. And we are doing either 1 or 3 card readings. You guys can ask a question or not. Either way, when it's your turn, have a question ready, or just basically say, I don't have a question, and I just want an overview, or I want a general reading. That way it'll save some time, because what's about 20-second delay from what we're actually broadcasting live to what it shows up and
there's
until it
usually
gets back to us or something.
Yeah, there's
like that.
usually about a 20 or 30-second delay. Hello, Danielle. I see your comment. Yes, you may sign up. How many spots are we at, dear?
8.
We have 2.
We have 2 more left.
We have 2 spots left.
And by all means, if we go past the 10, we'll take a few more to put on our little wait list, because after all,
Some people might drop out.
Yeah, exactly.
It does tend to happen on occasion.
and I mean, obviously, for those of you who are on the list, this stream is not really time. We try to time it, but the thing is, there's not an exact timing. So the thing is, if you are on the list, you will get your reading tonight. You may have to wait a little bit, so I apologize in advance.
This is the nature of lists and people going one at a time.
Exactly.
So,
obviously, those who signed up in advance, they get to go fest.
we have our first troll of the evening. Goodbye.
That didn't take long.
No, it never does. So
you know, you're getting popular when the trolls start coming, and the earlier they come, I guess, the more popular we are, right?
definitely. All right. So,
Did I miss the troll?
yes, you did, dear. The sound man is incredibly off his game tonight. So we're gonna kick things off with Tammy and then Chels. All right. So
Tammy, you are up. So it is time to. Oh, I suppose we should actually let people know what decks we have. The usual decks that we have three tarot decks that we play with. Both of us have dragon cards, the Dragon Tarot. Red has her special other tarot, the Swiss 1-1J deck. I refer to as the Dark Shadows deck.
Ben, sorry. Trolls happen all the time, and I know that he just, like, one of the trolls just messaged you to try to get you to get a reading from him. Happens all the time. Just ignore them. Just focus on us. I did see you, so if you would still like a reading, you are on the list.
Anyone else?
There is... Goodness, I am so sorry if I mispronounce your name. There's also Debbie Tomasetti Kretovic. I really hope that I pronounced that right. So I think Debbie will close out the list.
And then we can start a brief little wait list if you want to, for those who...
All right, so wait a minute. I got Tammy, Chelsea, Karen, Godric, Lydia, Kate, Kendall, Danielle, Debbie. Is somebody else I missed?
Ben.
Ben, sorry.
Yes.
I thought Ben was the troll. My bad.
No, Ben was Ben. No, Ben got trolled.
Ben got trolled.
Ben got trolled and was using colorful language at the troll.
The troll didn't even come up in my stream, which is why I didn't see it. Is that the Yusef?
Yes.
He's not even in my. He didn't even come up in my stream.
Fun.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yay! I pronounced Debbie's name right. I feel very special.
Excellent.
Nikita and Michelle, you are both in the weight room. All right. So, Tammy, do you have a specific deck? Also, what's your number?
Yes. So we have dragon cards, we have Swiss 1-1J, and then we have the famous Tarot of Sexual Magic for those who want relationship readings. The R-rated deck that, believe it or not, last time we didn't use at all.
We didn't, and it's usually very popular.
Yes.
Also, for anybody that prefers Oracle decks, we do have the Angel Oracle deck and the Dragon Oracle deck.
Mm-hmm. And we have the Dream Oracle deck, too, that almost no one ever asks for. Because as Merlin says, a dream to some, a nightmare to others.
Tammy, I don't know what your comment means. Give us your number, please. You're the first one. You're already on the list. You signed up last week.
What was her comment?
Me too.
Oh.
Tammy, this is your reading time.
Yes, you are up, Tammy. You are the first on the docket. You are the first contestant on The Price is Right.
Hello, Rose from the Netherlands. Let's do Dragon. Okay, and pick a number. Number 50.
50. All right, let's see what we have here. Did she have a question, by the way?
Does not appear so. Or if she does have a question, it has not popped up in the comment feed. Oh yeah, Yusuf managed to troll a few people before I got him. Whoopsie doozy. They're sneaky sometimes.
Alrighty.
That's all right. I'm on.
Soundman's back. All right, shall I switch?
Go ahead and flip the camera to the cards. And let's see, we can aim this so we can actually do this so that we don't have ridiculous glare like we had during our little
There you go.
test run here. So
Nice.
we have the Ace of Coins, we have the inverted High Priestess, and we have the inverted Justice card.
Oh, and Tammy is wondering potentially success in upcoming events.
Success in upcoming events. Any specific events in or just the general? But anyway, we will go with it like this.
Well, she, like us, does make,
Yes.
a large portion of her living from events, which unfortunately have been canceled for the
I
foreseeable
know.
future.
Well, I find it interesting from a number point of view. We have a 1, we have a 2, and we have a pair of 1s at 11. 1, 2, 2. So, definitely new beginnings. Also seems to be a bit of a decision point too. Ace of Coins, essentially, according to this, success in new adventures, so to speak. Because the Ace of Coins is actually, that's the beginning of the new adventure.
Oh, her concert specifically.
Oh, okay. So the Ace of Coins, that's the beginning of the new adventure. That's the whole or the new venture, depending on your perspective. The dragon leaving the cave here, earthbound. 1 always means new beginning anyway. And then, of course, dragon leaving the cave, the single little flower here at the entrance of the cave, reference to the fact of this is what's supposed to happen. This is not like the dragon's not doing this just for little shits and grins, shall we say. This is actually what was meant to be. Then we have the inverted pair of 2s, High Priestess and Justice, which also, Justice, by the way, doubles as Libra, but I think in this case, Libra is probably more irrelevant. I'm going to flip these around so you can see the pictures, but these both were inverted. The High Priestess card, the most powerful female card in the tarot deck. Obviously beginning the new things here as well, but the whole point of it being reversed is this kind of indicates that things may not go the way you originally had planned. Not that they're going to be like a failure, but not going to go the way you thought it was going to go either. There's complications. There's things that you're going to have to basically move around. There's going to be manipulations. And the whole point, same thing with the inverted Justice card, maintaining the balance. Well, upside down balance and right side up balance is kind of still the same thing. Balance is balance. But this really tells me that you're going to have to make some decisions on the fly to alter things, that what you're initially planning is probably not going to be successful. And you're going to have to make some, along the way, recognize that it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go and be able to make some snap decisions to get it back on course. Because after all, you're the High Priestess. It's your thing. You're still in control here, and make your changes accordingly. Now, would you like to add to that, dear Spawn?
Oh, thank you, dear father. That makes a lot of sense to me, especially given what we know about Tammy and her creative abilities, and just that she is a very creative mind person. So it makes sense that she got the High Priestess there. And it also, with the specific event that you're trying to do with the timing, this makes a lot of sense to me, just because with COVID and everything, cases are on the rise again, vaccine is coming, who knows when, and concerts are kind of dicey at the moment. As I don't know if you're going to have an actual audience there, but that might be one of the things that gets nipped in the bud, because it's just not safe, and it might just have to be completely and totally just live streamed with just you or something. But I agree with the Lord that it's not going to be what you intended.
No, not that it's not going to be there at all, but there's definitely going to have to be some decisions and alterations made to the basic plan and the plot line here. Unfortunately, as much as people would like to avoid this, it appears we're all headed for another round of COVID spikes, and that's probably going to carry us all through the holiday season. Unfortunately,
it's very unfortunate,
and it probably won't start dying down again until after the new year is over. Because we're already in our little world of Ren fairs. We're already starting to see cancellations for 2021 because of COVID.
Unfortunately,
we're hoping that the actual spring ones are going to survive, but we actually have one event that we typically do in March, which is they've already pulled the plug on it. So I can't see the comments from here. Does she have anything else on that?
Do you have any further questions, Tammy? There's been some color commentary like this. Damn Libra. You gotta watch out for those Libras, right? Am I right?
What's wrong with Libras, for crying out loud?
I don't know, Mr. Libra. Why don't you tell us?
I am like the epitome of balance.
Well, I'm a Leo, so I got no room to talk.
No, you do not.
I
You
do not.
absolutely do not have room to talk there. You are such a stereotypical Leo in so many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not necessarily in a good way, by the way.
Well, hey, I'm
I'm
also Cancer Moon, so that's a
That helps.
fun combination.
it's a very interesting combination.
Oh, yeah.
All
Well,
right.
of course, my moon being Scorpio, you combine that with Libra, that makes me very interesting too.
Well, Tammy, if you don't have any further questions, then Chels.
We are going to move on. All right, put these cards away, reshuffle the deck real quick. Actually, we'll probably be using your deck for the next one.
Probably. And so Karen, Elphick, Roy, and Godric Vess, you are the two that are up next. You are here.
Are they checked in yet?
They have not, which is why I am
Okay.
trying to make sure that they are here. So if the two of you are here, please make yourselves known, because the two of you are the next on the list.
And if you don't show up, your spots will be given away to those on the wait list.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Jeff. We can't see your faces, but it makes me happy to know that you're watching.
All right, Chelsea, you are up.
Do 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 do.
Oh, it's so pity that Alex Trebek has passed away.
Oh, why did you have to ruin that?
Well, because you just were doing you were doing the Jeopardy tune.
But you didn't have to mention it.
Well, I'm sorry. I keep with current events.
Chelsea, are you cool with swapping with Ben? Because it would appear that Ben has a slight time constraint. If we could do
because Ben's on the list anyway, right?
Yes. Ben just commented he has a time restraint. So would you be okay going after Ben and having us do Ben now? Would that be okay? So Ben, what we need from you is a number between 1 and 78. Do you have a question? And would you like the dragon deck, the sex magic deck, the French deck, or an oracle deck? We have angel, oracle, or dragon.
Yes. The French deck, by the way, being the Swiss 1/1J deck. What I call the Dark Shadows deck. Because it was used in the TV show Dark Shadows.
Ah. Okay, Chelsea is fine with the switch, so let's do it.
Okay,
All right.
So Ben, you are up.
He says 63. He is struggling with a personal battle, so I would say let's go dragon.
Okay. So let's do your deck. Want me to do the
Yes,
the
you
honors?
do the counting. I'll move your deck for you.
He said 63, right?
Oh, actually, he said angel deck.
Oh,
All right, let's do angel.
angels. I must go grab the angel deck. That's not even out because we get almost no one asking for angels.
Hey, I always throw it out there as an option.
That's true. You know what?
Prepared for class.
Let's actually pull out the oracle deck for dragons as well because I think that also might be a nice little. Anyway, entertain the audience while I look for the angel deck.
Wait, the dragon oracle one? Oh, the other one. Never mind.
I got it.
Do a song and dance.
I got it. Oh, okay. Now we're gonna need a new number from him because there are only 40 cards in the oracle decks.
Sorry, we were slightly unprepared.
Yes, we were.
So can we get a new number?
That never
right here?
happens unprepared. Okay, so yes, Ben. Actually, leave this out.
Okay.
I want to throw a dragon oracle in this as well, but we're gonna do angels as a starting point. I will shuffle the angels.
Yes. So between 1 and 40.
1 and 40.
1 and 40.
Okay, I am ready with angels. We just need a number.
24.
24. Got it.
Look at you go.
1, 2, 3.
Speedy.
Keep 24. Mine will take 24 out of the dragon deck too when the time comes.
Okie doke.
Okay.
If I can
Bada
even
boom,
open the box.
Bada boom and bada boom. Okay, go ahead and flip the
I
hammer
shall
over.
do the flipping.
Hopefully the glare isn't too bad on this. Angel cards, by the way, for those who are not familiar with Oracle decks, angel cards especially, they show the light. They do not show the darkness. That's kind of the whole point of these things. And so this specific deck is actually the Oracle deck of the Archangels. And there are 40 cards, and there's 16 archangels. So every archangel is obviously mentioned more than once. What we have here, 3 again cards, 3 also number of love. The first one says spiritual understanding. It's by Raziel. I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Now, what was this question, by the way?
He is facing he is struggling with a personal battle.
Personal battle. Well, spiritual understanding, that's definitely the whole point of essentially you making contact with the inner part of yourself. You definitely the confusion comes from within as well as from the outside, and the spiritual understanding is really helping you understand aspects of the non-earthbound world, the things which are within inside yourself. The second card is called Counselor. There's Azrael. You are a natural counselor, and people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Now, you may kind of go, huh? If you sound confused yourself, how am I a counselor? Well, the fact of that, the spiritual understanding from the first card, once you actually have things clarified for this, the second card actually makes much more sense. Also, there are things that you can counsel right now, even in your state of confusion, because it's not like everything about you is confused. And the last card says Divine Order. Aguel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlining order. You know, it's funny. I made a comment about that during our daily draw about the election. I basically said, you know, in one of our daily draws, I said everything will be as it should be. I didn't say everything will be right. I said everything will be as it should be, and that's the whole point. The divine order is saying the exact same thing. Everything is how it needs to be right now.
He says, "I am on a spiritual journey."
Well, if you are on a spiritual journey, everything is how it needs to be right now. The whole idea of questioning and clarifying, that's where you need to be. Not that everything's going to be perfect, everything's going to be correct, everything's going to be true, everything's going to be right. Everything is how it needs to be right now. You got to learn something. This is a learning experience for you. And unfortunately, as human beings, we seem to learn the most when we screw up the most.
I would say that's accurate.
We learn the most when we go through our darkest moments. When we question ourselves the most is when we seem to actually pick up the most inspirational information.
I wish none of this had happened to me. I wish the ring had never come to me. So do all who live to see such times.
Thank you, Gandalf.
That is not for them to decide.
Keep going.
What is for them to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
It is fitting, isn't it?
Isn't it? I thought so.
So, on top of this, we're going to pull number 24 off of Dragon Oracle, which in a lot of ways is very similar to Angel Oracle, only they deal more with colors and astrology. So
he says, I'm learning to accept things I cannot change. And that's honestly one of the biggest humanity struggles, I feel. We both fear change, but also want to change everything.
Well, it's the Serenity Prayer.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, I know that. I'm aware of this. But
can you quote the Serenity Prayer?
God grant me the wisdom to accept the things I cannot change.
The courage to change the things which I can.
And the wisdom to know the difference.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the knowledge to avoid to hide the bodies for the people that I can't change.
Shush, sound man.
That's an alternate version, but thank you, Mr. Soundman. Mr. Soundman, you have very bad jokes tonight.
They're dad jokes.
Yes, this is certainly true.
They're kind of like yours.
Okay. Here is the dragon. Whoops. Here is the Dragon Oracle card to go on top of the angel cards here. The Lilac Fire Dragon transmutes through the power of divine love. Open up to transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. I think that kind of complements these cards pretty well, to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
The whole aspect of purple,
mm-hmm.
especially if you're a Prince fan.
I did like Prince.
Yeah. incredible musician. So he is on this spiritual journey. He's going to be a better counselor after he learns what he needs to learn.
I find that a lot of spiritual journeys involve really opening yourself up and learning how to. The biggest thing that we learn, I feel, is empathy and sort of how to kind of be a counselor for others.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a role that we all have to assume at some point or another, and some people are definitely better suited to it than others, but there are some people that also just never learn any kind of empathy at all, and that does not strike me as what is happening here.
Well, one of the things, none of these 4 cards here, either the angel cards or the dragon card, none of these cards are action cards.
No,
these are all very much travel within, meditate, learn, appreciate, accept.
Which, I mean, they are actions, but they're not something that you will be able to see a physical earthly change.
Well, true. I mean, especially the divine order, that everything is how it needs to be right now. That to accept that just shows incredible humility in the fact of, okay, no, you can't, you don't need to be super active all the time. And sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing. And just let it be.
Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be.
You know, normally
Sorry.
I'd be the one that would break into the Beatles, not you.
You taught me well.
I suppose.
So, whoop.
Split screen.
Split screen. That was interesting.
I totally know what I'm doing.
So, Ben, did you have any other? I hope this made sense to you. By the way, does Ben have any other questions on this?
If you have any other questions, feel free to let us know. If not, Chelsea, you're up, and I saw your comment a little while back. So
I will leave the angel cards up for a minute in case Ben has a final thing he wishes to.
Ben says, "Thank you so much. You're very,
You're very welcome. Alrighty.
And thank you for getting a reading from us.
And not from you, Seth.
Yes, and not from you, Seth. Thank you for patronizing us and not the trolls that come here to try to steal all of you. We appreciate your loyalty.
I was going to troll you, Seth. His account's going already.
All right. So, Chels, you're up, dear. And I see your comment here. You would like a general well-being question / if there's any warning from the gods for you. 3 card 62.
Okay. We're going to use your deck this time.
Yes,
we being me, I will count the cards out for you.
He's much better
And I'm going to
than
go
I
from
am.
backwards.
I figured.
What was the number again?
62.
All right.
Oh, thank you, Melissa. Nobody's stealing us. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Nice to see you again, Melissa.
Well, I mean, I also just find it amazing that complete strangers think that they can just...
I know. Well, Melissa was one that the last time said that she just watches us because she says that we calm her down. We make her feel really at peace.
We're soothing. Soothing.
Ew. You almost bent my glasses, by the way, or my frames there. Okay,
right.
Go
card
ahead.
Time.
Yes, card time. All inverted. The inverted 6 of Swords. The inverted Lovers, number 6, and the inverted Knight of Swords. All right, I will let you start this one off, Red, while I take a quick swig of water here.
Excellent. All right. So for Chelsea, we have so much. So let's look at who you used to be, which I would definitely say that the 6 of Swords described you. Spoiler alert for new people, Chelsea and I are friends. We are college friends and love you very deeply, miss you very much. So 6 of Swords very much used to describe you because the 6 of Swords is confusion, not knowing your place, not knowing if you're allowed to take up the space that you are, and you very sort of unwilling to take opportunities because you didn't know what was on the other side of the door. You were very, very afraid of change. Now I do believe that this is you very much learning how to love yourself.
Remember, these are all inverted too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is why I'm saying that, because it has nothing to do with a pair of lovers. I think this is your own journey in learning to love yourself the way that people should have taught you to do a long, long time ago, but you are strong enough to be able to figure things out for yourself after the fact. Your general well-being, I'm not seeing any huge warnings for your future coming up, but you are definitely getting restless. You do not like where you are. You are trying like hell to get out. The problem is, I'm not quite sure you're super successful on that front.
I have something to say about that.
Would you like to chime in there?
Yes, I would. All three of these cards, by the way, represent one thing in common: the suit of air, because the Lovers also doubles as card for Gemini, which is an air suit, an air sign rather. Air representing more of the logical brain and aspects of that. So I will again say, Chelsea, you think too much. Sometimes you overprocess all this stuff.
Oh, yes, she does.
And again, inverted, the Knight of Swords. Knights represent change. And the Knight of Swords is the knight which actually represents change through diplomacy. Because as you see in this picture, this dragon is just kind of hovering in the air. His sword and his shield are within reach, but he actually isn't carrying them. This dragon is going into the battle without a weapon, intentionally, because he's trying to be a peacemaker. It was inverted. Now, the whole idea of piggybacking what Red just said is the fact of, she says, you're trying to make the change, you're not really having too much success. There's a reason for that. It's because you actually, believe it or not, aren't being aggressive enough. You are basically hoping that things will come out in your favor. You are being a bit of a pacifist on some of this stuff. And
I do know that some of that is changing, especially with the excuse me, I've got cat hair in my throat. Especially with the change that you just made that I won't make public on the internet in case any of the people that change affects happen to ever view this. But given the change that you just made, I would say that is a major step, but he is right. You have to take it further.
Don't let random chance operate in your favor. Be a little bit more aggressive. Sometimes take that sword and do with it what you will.
Ooh. Ouch, but true. Follow-up question. A tip to get more aggressive.
Sharpen the point. Tip. Got it. Get it. I know it's a terrible joke. A tip to be more aggressive. I mean, overall, I would say the card suggests that you actually have the right idea, because essentially between the Lovers, the emotion aspect, and the Knight of Swords, I mean, you don't want to be all go in there like the Fire Knight with with your swords blazing and just basically just like slaying everything.
No, you don't need to be like fire. You need to be a wall.
You also want to be more like a Water Knight, and the fact that the Water Knight actually has everything. The knight that actually carries all the weapons with him, ready to use them, but can also keep them holstered if aggression isn't necessary. So it's like, be a little bit more prepared. Don't necessarily assume that what's a good for don't assume that one method's going to work. Or as an old quote, and I forget who actually said this in reference to being a peacemaker, it says, nobody talks peace unless they're willing to back it up with war.
Winston Churchill?
Was that Winston Churchill who said that?
Maybe.
I don't know, but it was something which I found very interesting in that.
I'm flipping back.
Yeah. So essentially, be prepared to get nasty a little bit if you have to. Not that you want to basically go nasty across the board and go all yeah, but be able to make that switch.
The things that you are dealing with have been nasty to you, and unfortunately, sometimes nasty people only speak the language of nasty. And so in order to communicate them, you might have to get on their level a little bit, even though you don't necessarily want to.
Or down to their level, really. You come right down to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look what we're experiencing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point. Okay. Let us move on. So Karen or Godfried, are you at
Godric?
Godric, excuse me. I thought it said
Yes.
Godfried. I can't read this. Okay, Karen or Godric, have either of you checked in yet? If not, we're going to move on to Lydia.
Yep. So we'll give them the length of a Jeopardy song.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Lydia, prepare yourself. You may be up next.
And in response to your question, Ben, if you would like to book further readings with us, you can, but you've already had one reading with us for the evening, and since this is our free event, one per.
Yes, we should do the commercial soon, but hey, actually, maybe now's the time to do the commercial.
Let's do the commercial while we're waiting.
Throw the banners up there and go ahead and go ahead and do your thing.
Hello, we are Lord Fafnir and Spawn, psychic readers. Our website is on the screen right now, www.fafnirandspawn.com. You can also find us on Facebook at Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers, where you can book readings with us there, or on our website. On our Facebook page, we have a whole list of all of our services under a fancy schmancy Book Now button that can also just plug you directly into our calendar. It is super friendly and user intuitive, and also all of our prices are listed there, so there is no confusion. You can message us at any time. We are also on YouTube at Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers, where we post all of the live streams that we do so that you can watch them over and over and over again, because I know just how entertaining we are. I know, it's true. Also on our YouTube channel, the Lord Fafnir posts his messages in the music series, which we will be posting another one of those videos in the near future.
Yeah, indeed. The ideas are already there, so I have to get them filmed now.
Yes, filming is always important.
Yes.
You can also find us on Instagram at Fafnir and Spawn, where we do daily tarot draws. So if you would ever like some daily psychic wisdom, hop over to our Instagram and see what we have for you. Coming up, our next live stream event is going to be on Black Friday, which is the 27th, correct?
Yes.
Yes. This is our monthly paid readings, which we kind of like to think about it as like group therapy. So the only people that are going to see this stream are the people that pay for a spot to get in. And like we tell everybody, you pay for a reading, so you will get a reading. The stream will go for as long as it goes. But for that particular readings, we like to go more into territory that we don't necessarily go on into when we do streams like this, because they are more public. Like there is information that I knew about Chelsea in our last reading that I did not make public, but in the group stream where it is only visible to the people that pay to get in, we would go more in depth in detail in that. So if that sounds like something you would be very interested in, please book with us. You on our Facebook page, the event for that is already live.
Why don't you throw up the PayPal link?
Yes. Our PayPal link is now,
because you can use that to book a spot for the reading.
Yes. This is how we are taking payment for the paid stream, paypal.me/Fafnir and Spawn. Also, if you would just like to throw a few tips our way, COVID is hitting us hard, as it's hitting all artisans and people that work at Renaissance fairs very hard. So, and
did you mention the price tag to get into the live stream? I don't think you did.
The price tag to get into the live stream is $20 per person.
Indeed. And yes, if you want to use the paypal.me link, you actually have to have a PayPal account. So if you do not have one, no big deal. We can actually send you a PayPal invoice, which you can pay with anything. And all you have to do is message us and say that you want to be a part of the stream.
Let us get back to
Okay, so did we ever hear from Karen or... If not, then we're moving on to Lydia.
I have not seen anything from Karen or Godric, I don't believe. So yes, we are moving on to Lydia. And Lydia,
Has Lydia already chimed in with a question?
Yes, thank you very much,
Lydia's
Lydia.
on point here.
Lydia is on point.
Excellent.
Lydia would like the French deck, 3 cards, 22, no specific question.
All right, that's your deck.
Yes, so count out 22.
I will count out
if you would.
22. All right. Oh, you're gonna like this one.
Shall I switch?
You may switch.
Hello, Joe. Hello, Sean. So many people chiming in. It's very exciting. Here, push them just up slightly because
Very well.
the banner's cutting it off.
So I am lousy with my French right now. So we have essentially we have coins and coins. We have the Knight of Coins.
Mhm.
We have Le Judgment. I can pronounce that. And then we have the Ace of Coins.
Indeed.
Earth and Judgment in 20. Do you want to tackle this one? It being your deck, I don't want to preempt you.
Well, it does not shock me that this is earthly focused. Most people are very earthly focused right now.
Amen to that.
Mm-hmm. What I am seeing here. Hold on, I'm just going to pull this closer to my face. It's hard to look at these when they're across the table from me. I apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry. Me saying the Knight of Coins wasn't good enough for you?
I do like to actually look at the art, you know. My gosh.
You have a cat in the room now?
Apparently. The knight here to me looks tired. Like he's holding his sword, but he's not actually lifting it. It's just basically gripping onto it so it doesn't fall off the horse. But he also doesn't have it sheathed, suggesting that you've been, on guard for a while, but you're very tired of being on defense. The sword gets heavy, and a rest would be all right.
It'd be nice.
A rest would be nice. I feel like we are all feeling that right now. Mm-hmm. Judgment.
That's an interesting drawing for Judgment.
Yeah, no, and I feel like this is sort of the pipe dream that we all kind of want right now, like with the artwork of humans gathering in a party where we can all be close together and not wearing.
And also, actually, looking up at the heavens and saying, "Okay, if judgment's going to come down upon us, it should come down upon us from the heavens, as opposed to us judging ourselves and others, because we shouldn't be doing that. But we are humans, and we are stupid, and we do it all the time anyway."
Yes, and I mean, from my perspective, the heavens look as if they're okay with it.
Well, for one thing, based upon that picture here, you can see the one person's actually raising his hands up there. They are actually acknowledging that the heavens are there, and they are humble before them.
Yes, and I think the heavens are I feel like this is very much the pipe dream of everything is okay now, and we're all feeling the COVID fatigue, and we all don't want to be doing this anymore, and so I feel this is a bit I feel that this is a bit fantasy-esque. Would you not agree?
Fantasy-esque, or the fact of perhaps we actually have learned something at long last.
There are definitely a lot of people learning, but there are also a lot of people that need to play catch up.
Well, this is definitely true. But I look at that card also saying, you know what? The fact of I look at this card almost like this is the. You can see that the storm is coming to an end. This is the light at the end of the tunnel. You're not out yet, but
and you must be careful to not have to worry about slamming back into the earth and going back in.
True.
Because I'm also seeing this coin here as a big ol' shield against whatever it is that is the issue. But this is one of those things where this is the fear of having, this is what we want, but this is the fear of what we having to go back in and shield again.
Well, and again, you Earthbound, you could say, oh my God, just from a COVID point of view, are we going to have another lockdown?
Mm-hmm. I mean, from a personal standpoint, I'm very worried about that.
I'm actually not so worried about that. I think that another spike, obviously, that's going to happen, but I don't think we're going to see I don't foresee as being as bad as it was when the first wave happened back in March.
Well, I hope so. So Lydia, if you have any questions, anything that you would like us to go into specifics on, is there anything else you would like to add? Oh, my lord.
I look at the whole idea of, this is very grounded, very, very much factual, very much, this is not esoteric at all. This is, we're not talking about inside her mind, body, spirit.
No, this is stuff that is happening.
Right. This is on the ground. This is, okay, change for a night, one, to have a tendency of being that new beginning. And yes, change is happening. Ain't that the truth? The question is that do you look forward to that change? The judgment card basically suggests that change actually is good for all of us. But how do we react to it? That's the whole idea of the Ace of Coins here with that big ass shield sitting there. Like, okay, do we use it as that protection against the stuff that's still coming at us, or do we hide behind it? Very big difference between the two.
It's true. Lydia says, thank you. No, nothing else. Well, Thank you very, very much, Lydia.
Very good.
And I hope that was a good reading for you. I hope you enjoyed that. So next on the docket that I have is Kate Leary, followed by Kendall and Danielle, if you all are still here.
And Karen never showed up, and
neither did Godric. So if we get to the end of the list and neither of them have shown up, we will give
go to the wait list.
Give those spots to the wait room.
Exactly.
Kate came prepared. Excellent.
Yay. Okay, Kate, what's up with her?
Kate would like number 26, general reading from the Dragon Oracle.
Dragon Oracle. Okay.
The sex deck is still not getting used tonight.
Well,
it's so bizarre, but I'm into it.
Hey, it is what it is.
I'm into the change. It's interesting.
I don't mind using my Dragon Oracle cards.
No, they're very pretty.
And what she said 26?
26.
Alrighty. So let me give these a quick shuffle. We're gonna have nice colors for you. These things are all about colors.
Oh yeah, and the cards are just, the artwork is beautiful. Must wet my whistle.
Okay. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. I know it's Indiana Jones. All right. Turn it over when you are ready.
Bam.
All righty. Talk about a nice mixture. Oh, was there a question, by the way, in this, or just
general?
Just general. Okay. So we have, first off, the air and water dragon, mostly green, but not totally, helps you to connect to higher frequencies. The air and water combination, by the way, from an astrology point of view, air and water combined only represents one sign. That's called Aquarius. Because even though Aquarius being an air sign, there's always a reference of water being poured. Trust your intuition, develop your psychic abilities, be open to enlightenment, express your inner song. Or if you're like either of us, when the inner songs are there, we actually just really start singing them, right? Second card, the Golden Christed Dragon, brings you higher love so that you embody the Christ light. Absorb Christ's light, you are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. I always like the fifth dimension.
Marty, you're not thinking fourth dimensionally.
I was thinking of the group, the fifth dimension, but nice try there.
Thanks.
And then the last card, the Dark Blue Galactic Dragon, helps you listen to the voice of the universe. Ignite the codes of your master blueprint. Access cosmic wisdom and enter higher service. Like I said, that's a very interesting combination here.
Yeah, it is.
Help you to connect to higher frequencies. Listen to the voice of the universe. The cosmic wisdom, the Christ wisdom, and then your own wisdom. Trust your own intuition, accepting Christ's light, and then ignite the codes of the master blueprint. And we have the idea of the green and the yellow and the blue.
I do like that light and dark both came in because
They did actually. They very much did in this one.
Yes.
Yeah, this is not quite like Angel Oracle, which only shows the light. The dragon kind of shows. I mean, it's really kind of slided more toward the positive side. But the reality is that there's always yin and yang in these things.
Indeed.
The first one, in my mind, sets the stage. The fact of trust your own intuition, develop your own psychic abilities, whatever they may be. Because honestly, if you can't do the first card, the other two fall apart. Because if you can't accept your own intuition, how can you accept anything from the Christ light or from the galactic light? It's just like it's not going to work. Because essentially, if you don't listen to your own voice, how can you listen to the voice of anybody else? Especially because these messages are not coming to you from the spoken word, like we're giving to you right now. It's like it's going to come to you as an inner voice, an intuition aspect. So things, if you don't trust your own intuition, when you get that inner voice coming to you from either from the Christ light or from the galactic side, you're not going to hear it. So it's definitely telling me to tell you to really be open to these aspects. And I don't know, has she made any comments, by the way, in this so far? Because I'm not sure how open you have been or are to things of this type. Maybe you are, in which case, okay, then expand. Because this whole thing is saying it's time to actually listen to something that you haven't been listening to before. And especially when the word Christ comes out, sometimes people view that as very positive, and others view that as very negative. And you both can be right, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Interpretation matters.
Well, because it's one thing because after all, the Christ light comes from Jesus Christ, but the whole idea is the fact of which Jesus Christ do you go by? The one that because religions have all interpreted his things in different ways, some of which are very positive, some of which are not so positive.
Mm-hmm.
And how are you raised, and what do you feel, and etc. So the thing is, I have no problem. I mean, I'm not a Christian, but I have no problem saying Christ.
Mm-hmm. I did once upon a time, but that was just because I didn't understand phonics.
Mm-hmm.
So Kate, unless you have any further questions, I think that concludes this.
Yes.
Kendall and Danielle, are you two still here? Because Kendall is next, followed by Danielle, and then we have Debbie. So you're welcome. I can't do I can't do all caps, so I just have to get shouty.
I like that though.
I try to match the energy. It's the empath in me.
How about you are very welcome?
Well, wow, that was such a Libra response.
Wasn't it really?
That was such a Libra response.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm a Libra. I am the king of Libras. That's the whole point of being a Libra.
Kendall is here.
King of the air. Kendall is here. Okay, so what's up with what do we got here?
Oop, wrong one. I hit the wrong one.
I'm here.
Here, question. How can I safely go about connecting to my body? It's been a bad few months medically. Dragon Oracle deck or whichever wants to answer.
Ooh. Combo.
That's what I was also thinking.
Swiss 1/1, Dragon Oracle.
Bingo.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Like mines.
Just one thing, Kendall. Number. Between 1 and 40 for the Oracle cards.
And 178 for the Swiss 1/1J.
Yes, so Danielle, also have your number ready. And Debbie, if you're still here, be thinking of numbers too.
Either that or we're just going to randomly draw cards. which by the way aren't so random because of this.
No, they're never random.
This is how I do the effective. I feel the energy when I cut the deck, and I go where I feel I should do it. But I like it when they pick the number rather than me.
Exactly.
So we will wait.
And
we have the 20-second delay factor, so we will wait more than 20 seconds.
9.
Okay.
Number 9.
9 for both of them, perhaps?
Yes.
Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Yes. Another Beatles reference. We're into the Beatles a lot tonight.
Apparently, I don't know. I'm in a.
Oh, was the Swiss one when Jay shuffled for clearance of energy?
I will do that right now while you
Okay.
start talking.
All righty.
All right, and let me know when I can do the switch.
Well, I think we should put both cards out there. Oh my God! Talk about Beatles. No, you should see what the card I just got. The Sunshine Yellow Dragon. Good day, sunshine. That's what is it? I mean, maybe there's we're having fun with this, but the thing is, maybe there's actually a little clairaudient message in the fact that the Beatles references keep popping up again and again.
We are not quite up to waiting list yet, Nikita, but we are only about 3 people away.
How can you connect to your body? Interesting how the Sunshine Yellow Dragon actually, it says, helps you to help animals. Heal, respect, and understand them. Serve animals. By serving them, you serve yourself. It's like how you got little Bambis under the dragon wing here.
You know, I mean, I do find that very true. By serving animals, you serve yourself. It is a very true.
Because animal energy is very, very different, but it's also
all right. Give it a
much more.
pull.
Sometimes much more. Like it's it was 9, right?
Yes. Oh, hello, Carol. Welcome. Thanks for joining.
Okay. So along with that, we have the inverted fool.
So I'm gonna put your question back up again just for a minute here. How can I safely go about connecting to my body? It's been a bad few months medically. First of all, I feel your pain, like on a personal level, I really do. It's been a bad few months for me medically as well. So, just on a person-to-person note, I'm sending you sympathy and empathy, and I hope that you are feeling better. So.
Stop trying so hard to do what you just asked.
Yeah, that's so part of the connecting to your body is, and this is something that I am also having a lot of trouble with, so I feel a little bit like a hypocrite when I say this, but it's also listening to your body, because that's the biggest part of connection. And it's very, very hard, especially in the society that we are living in and raised in, to actually listen to what our body needs, because there is so much of the time where our bodies need rest and we don't give it to them. Or, you know, we feel we don't like the way that we look or something, and we don't appreciate what our bodies do for us in the way that they, you know, are why we are alive, and we hate them for a myriad of reasons. Like I struggle with my body because I just want it to function properly and it doesn't. So I understand the struggle with trying to connect to your body and trying to, I guess for me, it's almost learning how to be nice to myself.
That's one way of putting it. I would say you need a vacation, metaphorically, physically, both. Both of these cards have one thing in common, even though you look at these things on the face value, you're going to go, these cards have got like absolutely nothing to do with each other.
But they do.
They do. They both indicate diversions. The Sunshine Yellow Dragon basically says connect with animals. because that way you're not thinking about trying to connect with your own body. The thing is,
Ooh, looks at his service dog and 2 rescue cats. So you have the animal connection.
And the Fool is the same thing. The Fool is also a diversionary tactic. The Fool, dressed in the silly outfit here, when fools actually existed, people thought fools were half-wits. Fools actually were usually the smartest people in the rooms. The fact that they were multi-talented, and because people thought that they were half-wits, they could actually be master manipulators from behind the scenes.
It's true.
So, at least the good ones were anyway.
So what you need to really do, honestly, and I don't know if you have done this yet, but I wouldn't quite call it meditating, but some people might. I would just sit and just have a conversation with yourself, with your body. Just be like, hey, what do you need? Because I've sat down and had that conversation with my body, and unfortunately, my body wants the thing that I really don't like to give it, which is rest. I'm a go, go, go person. And because of that, I'm honestly burning myself out and making my health worse. And I have finally recognized that. It's only taken my entire life, but hey, we all get there eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So I would your body might need, your body is probably going to need different things than my body, but the important part is that you actually ask it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, stop putting so much pressure on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's
you're not going to figure it out immediately.
No, you're not. The thing is, therefore, you don't have to have the answer today or even tomorrow for that matter. You can start the process, but let it be a process. And in the meantime, don't necessarily set a deadline or a schedule. Just kind of go, you know what? It is what it is. It's not like the final exam's coming up next week or something like that.
I mean, on a personal level, and maybe this will help you. One of the things that I've actively started doing is I've started wearing my braces again. I have cerebral palsy. I should be wearing a leg brace and a wrist brace, but I haven't for a very long time because, one, they are uncomfortable and I don't actually like wearing them. 2, people are weird at me when I wear them in public and look physically disabled as opposed to being passing able-bodied. So, it's those little things of figuring out what you can do to help yourself along, because this may not seem like a big thing to a lot of people, but for me, it was an absolutely monumental step.
Amen.
Like I'm wearing it right now on camera. That's huge for me.
You're so vain.
No, and it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's very true. At least for me. So, Kendall, if you have any other questions, want any follow up on what we just said, please let us know.
If not, Danielle, you are up next.
Thank you. Just got smacked with it after surgical follow-up yesterday. Oh yeah, surgical follow-up. Yup. I know that feel. You will figure it out, I promise. And yes, so Danielle, the floor is yours.
And after Danielle comes
Debbie.
Debbie. So prepare yourself, Debbie.
And then it would appear that two of our pre-scheduled people are not showing up. So after Danielle and Debbie will be Nikita.
So I do believe Debbie has a thing there.
Danielle, yes.
Or Danielle, sorry.
Number 28. I have had a lot of recent changes occurring, so I guess generally wondering what the next few months will hold for me. Not sure which deck would be best for this.
Dragon,
yes, I would agree.
Will pull up my dragon cards. You said 28, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
good number.
Quick clearance shuffle.
It was a very good year. I don't know. I wasn't alive in 1928.
The year before the crash. The last year of the Roaring 20s.
So it was a very good year.
Party hardy. Everything went to hell the next year. The year Herbert Hoover got elected president.
Well, now that makes me think of the song from Annie.
I'm not going to go there.
Me neither. I was in that musical and it was not one of my favorites.
All right. So what was the question again? Just refresh my memory.
I have had a lot of recent changes occurring, so I guess generally just wondering what the next few months will hold for me.
Whoa, Nelly! Flip the camera over. You're going to like this one.
I'm flipping.
They flip,
Here,
they flip,
push
they
it. Yeah,
flip.
push it up.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened here. Anyway. We have the inverted King of Wands, Aries. We have the inverted Four of Coins. And we have the Devil, Sagittarius. So the 4th month, April, we have a Four of Coins, pair of fours. And then we have number 16, or 15, excuse me, turning into a 6 for the Devil. So a pair of fours and a 6. Fire, fire, and essentially... All right, let's just go this way. What's coming up for you? Flip these cards so you can see the pictures, even though we're both inverted. The word being confusion. Change, yes. Change is definitely happening to the point where you might feel you are absolutely and totally losing control of things. What's that Grateful Dead song? Friend of the Devil's a Friend of Mine?
Is that the title?
The Devil is the name of the song.
Is that the name tune is friend of the Devil?
It annoys me that I know that.
That's a good song, by the way.
I'm not a Dead fan.
Are you not really a Grateful Dead fan?
No. Yeah, I play a lot of them.
Well, I hate to say it, or not, but the fact of the friend of the devil is a friend of yours. You actually are going to be needing some of that devilish energy to kind of get you through this, and the fact of, all right, things are going to be changing, and the power of the Aries and the power of the Sagittarius, the bookends here, this one being Aries, this one being Sagittarius, they're coming at you, unless you happen to be a fire sign, in which case you're familiar with the power of the fire. But the Earth card, the Four of Coins in the middle, basically says is that coming up, at least initially, you've got this confusion. Where am I? It's not going to be very, very clear to you. So this is something where I kind of go and say to you, you might need some outside assistance or go down a pathway that you normally wouldn't necessarily go. I'm not saying, oh, choose the dark side, Luke, or Anakin Skywalker. We're not going down that route, per se. But the devil, as Red likes to say an awful time, is a good time
to clean house.
Yes, it's a good house cleaner. In a way that essentially you don't have to necessarily be the most pretty about it. Also, Sagittarius is more of that understanding how the power of the fire works. Aries, on the other hand, that's like out of control fire. But Sagittarius, and this is one of the reasons why the devil is associated with the fire, because the devil knows how to properly burn and maintain the fire.
It's true. He's very good at that.
So yeah, initially confusion. You're gonna basically be doing some things that you didn't think you were.
But out of your confusion comes the devil to give you some guidance.
Mm-hmm.
And the devil is good. We like the devil. The devil is one of those. When I say time to clean house, I mean getting rid of toxic people, getting rid of stuff that, like, earthbound stuff that no longer serves you. Maybe you need to declutter a little bit. It's just getting rid of what doesn't serve your energy, what isn't helping you in life. So that is why I very much like the devil.
Do you mind?
Maybe. Ooh.
What?
Stay up. There we go.
Oh.
Danielle, says, I'm actually an Aries. I'm not sure if that's relevant to this too.
Well, and actually, it might, from the point of view of the fact that it indicates your initial Aries energy. Sometimes, do you feel that you're a candle that burns too bright? Because after all, the candle that burns twice as bright lasts half as long. It could very well be that if you're just going and going and going, that initially you get burnout, and that the whole point of the Four of Coins, the I'm lost, I'm in the dragon in the woods, I don't know where the hell I'm going, until you kind of come back and get that whole devilish aspect, doing some clearance, but also realizing the fact that you want to be able to maintain your fire energy and not just waste it. So, yeah, I mean, what's coming up in the next few months for you is essentially a little bit more of confusion. Before you find the proper path, you have to basically kind of go a little bit sidetracked.
So, if you have any questions on that, let us know. Looking at my list, Debbie is next, and then Nikita, and we will be wrapping things up with Godric, who has actually shown up.
Oh, Godric has come.
Oh, there's Godric.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so who's up next, Debbie?
Debbie is up next, yes.
All right, so Debbie, you are up.
Debbie is on point. 17, general reading, no preference on deck, thank you.
What do you think?
Melissa, he's fine. He's just secretly sewing stuff while also he's like doing 5 different things all at once.
Oh, she's asking you about Mr. Soundman.
Mr. Soundman, yes.
What are they going to do? What about me for?
You've been quiet all night. Everyone wants to make sure you're
That's right.
okay.
Like, last time on this, you were rather loud and obnoxious.
The chat room is been very quiet tonight. There's only been one troll, which is like 16 short of where we usually are. It's like everybody's just very well behaved and subdued, so it's making my job easy.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's the fact that we're all just kind of like mellowing out, because after all, we've all been on overdrive for so bloody long.
Oh, well, I just have to throw this up because this is what Godric is calling Matt currently.
Leather Daddy.
Pretty much. I mean, this is kind of what your tarot card box is going to look like. So,
all right, hold on. Let's get back.
Let's get back to well. Actually, we get sidebar to get way up front many times. We actually haven't done that. We're actually like trying to like be on point tonight.
A little bit, yes. So we're back to Debbie.
Okay.
So 17, general reading, no preference on deck.
And then let's pull your dragon cards. We haven't used those in a little bit.
All right, just give them a quick shift.
17, general reading. What is number 17?
You are 16.
No. I mean,
Oh, all right.
Something
You
there?
are the dancing queen.
Oh, stop it!
Young and sweet, only 17. This is what you wanted, right?
Okay. If you do that, do a better song. Just like the white-winged dove.
But that doesn't have 17.
It's
in it.
17. It's called.
Yeah, but
Come on, jeez, girl. I was thinking, what was number 17 in the tarot deck?
I don't remember.
All right, you may deflip.
I made
With
you
the
flip,
cameras.
flip. We flip.
Oh, and our banner's in the way, so I moved the cards up a little further, and we have this. We have number 21, the World, and then we have the inverted Ace of Swords, and then the 5 of Swords. So a 3, a 1, and a 5. And the only inverted one being the Ace of Swords. But again, a pair of swords. That's very common. Lots and lots of air, lots and lots of thought. People are overthinking things.
Mm-hmm.
Again, considering all things considered, not that surprising.
No.
So this is your deck. So you want to start this off?
Well, first, I have to ask you, Debbie, if you feel as though you are carrying the world on your shoulders, and whether you volunteered for that or whether the world was thrust upon you, because there are a fair amount of people in both camps. But the end result is usually the same. People get overwhelmed and realize that they can't carry the world on their shoulder, even if it was something they chose to take on. Anything you'd like to add to that?
The world is what you will make it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the world is number 20. Actually, the world is one of the most difficult cards to interpret the tarot deck, just because it is so fraught with yin and yang, and the idea of the fact of it's a burden, it is a pleasure. But the world is what you make it. I mean, it sounds corny to say that, but it's also very true. The world is what you will make of it. And the whole point of the number 21, 2 and 1 being 3, the number of love, is the fact of, okay, is it love or is it hate? I mean, it's that whole idea of it. It is the emotion aspect of your world is essentially how you make it based upon how you interpret, how you feel more than anything else. The world is not so much logic as it is emotions. So the other two cards are both thought cards. The world card is more, that's the more emotional card.
It is. Focus. Focus, 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 focus.
Maybe a little too much focus.
That's exactly where I was going with that.
Yep.
So focused that missing the rainbow in the background, missing the lightning, missing the bubbles. You are so focused. I'm not even sure you've noticed that you've been tied to your sword.
But that's my sword. I want it. I like it.
Well, now you cannot be parted from it.
Yeah, you've bonded with it. Now it's a part of you. It's like you crazy glued yourself to the sword.
Yes, I don't know if you can see all the fun and where am I going? Help me.
I got it.
Thank you.
And also can flip it around here too. So the idea of the rainbow, the bubbles, the pyramid on top. But yeah, the dragon is so focused on that sword in the inverted position, like misses everything. Can't see the forest through the trees.
It's very true.
Yeah, some camera issues.
Yes.
Very blurry at the moment.
Yeah, I've noticed that, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're having like some connectivity issues or.
Might be it. It looks like it probably like bandwidth issues.
Yeah.
Could be very well right now.
Unfortunately. Sorry, bear with
I
us.
see how it's warbling over the
Yes.
which thing you're on here. So
Yeah.
anyway.
And then going here, which is again why I was asking if you felt like you had the world on your shoulders, whether you felt like the world was thrust upon you. Something you might be having difficulty seeing given our bandwidth issues that we're suddenly having. There's dragon up top wrapped around the sword here. But there are two dragons down here sort of gazing up at the dragon wrapped around the sword. And the dragon wrapped around the sword does not want to be bothered. The dragon wrapped around the sword is very much doing a go away. However, the dragon may not have necessarily actually have said that out loud. If you feel overwhelmed by things that people are needing from you, whether it's work, friends, family, the world in general, XYZ, you need to voice your stress and your struggles because people aren't mind readers and they're not going to stop asking you for things if they don't know you're overwhelmed.
This is definitely true.
Definitely been mentally overwhelmed the last few months, Debbie says.
Well, again, then how do you want to deal with this in moving forward? I mean, if you are cognizant of these issues, cognizant of the fact of being overwhelmed, being almost like in competition. All right, so now you're holding the world in this first card here. It's almost like you're strangling the world because you're just like it's like you feel like you're holding it so tightly just because you have to. And it's like, okay, now it's no longer. It's just this is an absolute burden. All right, it doesn't have to be that way. You can at any point loosen the hold, and so now it's not strangling you anymore, and you can just hold it and like you're holding a baby and just like be very tender with it. But it's all up to you. as is virtually everything when we do these readings. You know, free will overrides everything that we say.
Absolutely.
On your point of view, you will ultimately, you're going to do what you're going to do anyway. Whether you take the advice of what these cards basically say in these readings or not. But for you, it's the fact of, all right, feeling overwhelmed. Hang on, I'm going to draw another one real quick here for a quick clarification.
Ooh.
Yeah, bingo. I was going to get something.
Yeah, that's not. There you go. Now it's in the shot.
Yeah, put that in the shot here. The Queen of Cups.
Which, since it's a bit blurry, I will help describe a bit. So there is a lovely water scene. There are some waterfalls in the background. Beautiful, clear night with a full moon. And there's the queen dragon who is dipping her head down to the water to potentially have a drink or a swim or something. She looks quite peaceful.
I think she's having a drink, but yes, her crown and her jeweled goblet are in the sky because essentially she's not playing the role of the queen of minion, fetch me a drink. No, she's thirsty, so she's doing it on her own. She's making the decision to, you know what, it'll be faster if I just do this myself.
And she's not wrong.
And she's not wrong. Also, Queen of Cups refers to the month of Scorpio, which is still right now. So it indicates to me a clarification that, all right, now is the time, if you wish to change the attitude, change the game from your perspective. Don't be so worried about throttling that sword. Obviously, take care of what you need to. Do things on your own rather than wait for others. Go get the drink yourself, yes. But also, you also have this very peaceful scene behind you. As you're taking the drink, enjoy the beauty of what's around you. Because that really makes all the difference.
I like that. That's very nice.
So it's a combination of, yeah, still do the work that you need to do,
mm-hmm.
but look around you and actually enjoy what's around you as well.
And you can also do the work while wearing your crown.
Yes, exactly.
Do not disconnect yourself from your power. Hey, Nikita, it's a good thing you're back. Because unless Debbie has any further questions, Nikita is up, and after Nikita, we will be closing out the evening with Godric.
Godric, yes, indeed. So we put these cards back in your spot there. So Godric and Nikita, get ready with your questions, your numbers, etc.
Nikita is ready.
She's ready. Okay, what do we got here?
42. I would like to know if my move will happen soon or what the next month has for me. The last reading I got is all unfolding now. Any deck that can help.
Well, I think a move one is going to be another, I'll use my dragon cards, but be prepared to throw out a Swiss 1/1J card.
I will be prepared. I will lie in wait.
Okay, and then what, 42?
42.
Ah, the answer to the question, what is the meaning of life? According to the Checker's Guide. And unfortunately, that punchline to that bad joke is becoming more and more unknown by people.
Excuse me, Richard Wayclad, get off my stream.
Excuse me? I wasn't a troll.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Exactly.
Oh, I got it. Where'd it go?
What was he selling a mattress?
No one is selling a mattress this time.
Well, what was his issue?
Oh, no, just messaging people going, message me for an actual accurate reading. I don't understand why people do this.
Because they're being lazy.
Because they can't get their own customers because they suck. Sorry, did I say that?
Yes, I think you may
Hey,
have said that loud enough.
actually, you did. You said that loud enough.
Yes, I think.
Richard Wayclad heard that.
Well,
Probably not, because I blocked him.
well, it's funny the fact that, Richard, you could do what we're doing right now. You could basically do your own live streams.
Right?
How about that for a noble concept?
It would take less effort to do your own thing than try to steal people from us. It would literally take less effort.
Oh, we're about to have some fun with Richard here.
Yeah, little Richard. I like that.
Oh, I miss him.
Uh,
I like his music.
okay. Oh, yeah, he was good.
So, shall I do
Tutti
the
Frutti.
50-50?
Oh, Rudy. Actually, the original lyrics of Tutti Frutti were very dirty, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So, will the move happen? That was the question, right?
Yes. And what the next month has in store.
Funny how she asked about what the next month has in store, because the first card is the Page of Wands, which refers to Sagittarius. which is next month. So we have the inverted Page of Wands, the Sagittarius card, also referred to as the Learning card, because there's a little book there as well. Then we have the Eight of Coins, and then the Four of Swords. All these even numbers. Again, not surprising with what's been going on of late. All this evenness comes out. And earth and air, the most common elements tonight.
Yes.
By far.
Which makes sense. We're all... Lots of things are happening, and we're all stuck in our heads about it.
Exactly. So, will the move go well? I will put it this way. Yes and no. Okay, you're going to be like, huh? That's cheating. No, actually, it's not cheating. It's accurate. The fact of your move will go, you will have your move completed. This will be true. You also have a whole bunch of crap that will be going on during it, which is going to complicate issues.
Because of course you will.
Yes.
Nothing can ever come easy, right?
Exactly. Eight of Coins. You're going to basically be playing the little Two-Face card. The Dancing Dragon. That's what this card is. I'm happy. I'm dancing. Show to the world. Everything's great. Blah, 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 blah.
Ow, scorpions are pinching my feet, but it's fine.
Exactly. That's the whole point. The reason why the dragon is dancing is trying to avoid all the scorpions at his feet down here. So, yes.
Oh, wow.
What was that?
I'm already very stressed with the move. I've planned it all 6 times. I'm so wow.
Well, then some of this actual issues that maybe some of the stress that she's actually caused herself by over planning.
That does happen.
She's planned the move 6 times, or she's moved 6 times.
She's planned it.
She's planned the move 6 times.
She's planned it.
So, the move will go. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that it's going to stop, and the things are going to go completely all screwball on you. But it's the fact of you are way over analyzing and things. Every little thing that goes wrong, you're going to be like, ah! As opposed to just kind of like letting it go. The Four of Swords is the quintessential one. In the fact of you've got the Four of Swords there. The dragon is holding 3 of the swords in his talon. I got this, no problem. And the 4th sword is like he's trying to balance on his nose, like a seal with a beach ball, which long term is just
not gonna work.
Not gonna work. Just not gonna work. Again, from an earth perspective, yeah, it'll go fine, but you need to chill. Or every little thing that's going to go screwy is it's just going to give you heartburn, and frankly, that's something which you don't need right now.
And don't misunderstand, because like I'm a person that I am totally like you. I have to plan everything. Spontaneity is not my thing. I plan a lot. I worry about a lot, and yeah, I've learned that there are definitely some things that I have to let go of, because I'm never going to be able to foresee everything, no matter how much I try.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. So if you have any more questions, Nikita, about what we just said, please let us know. If not, we're going to go to a quick commercial break before we finish out with Godric for the evening.
Very good. Go ahead and do the commercial break.
Let me just check. That's so weird. I have been having heartburn recently, very bad, and think it's with the stress. We've recently just had a loss in the family, so I feel there are so many things getting in my way.
I feel your pain.
We really do.
We do. Yeah.
We've also had some losses in the family recently, and yeah, that really throws a huge monkey wrench into things when you're trying to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we were very sorry for your losses, and still try to breathe a little bit. Right.
Because essentially the stress.
And maybe take some antacids. But I'm not a doctor, and I'm not giving you medical advice.
I was going to say, yeah, take a tranquilizer.
No.
All right, so go ahead and do the commercial. Because you love doing the commercials so much. I know you do.
Yes,
absolutely.
I will be Vanna White for the next 2 minutes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary friends, and anyone else of any persuasion. We are Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers. Our website is on your screen right now, www.lordfafnir FafnirandSpawn.com. You can also find us on Facebook at Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers. You can book private readings with us at both of these places. On our Facebook page, we have a fancy schmancy book now button that lists all of our services as well as our prices, and it can put you directly into our calendar. It is very intuitive and user-friendly. I highly recommend. You can also message us on our Facebook page with questions at any point in time. We are fairly good at responding. We are pretty responsive people. You can also find us on YouTube at Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers, where we post all of the live streams that we do so that you can watch them over and over and over again, because I know that we are just that entertaining. We also post the Lord segment, Messages in the Music, which we have 5 in that series right now, I believe, and there are more to be coming shortly in the future, so stay tuned for more clairaudient wisdom. We also have an Instagram where we do daily tarot draws at Fafnir and Spawn. So if you're ever looking for a little bit of psychic wisdom daily, come check us out and see what we have for you. Our next streaming event where you can see us is going to be Black Friday, November 27th. We are going to be doing our paid private stream, which is very similar to this, except we offer our whole range of readings, which includes much more than cards. We also go much deeper into emotions and situations and things. We've been very surface level here, and that is because it is public and we don't want to air out anybody's dirty laundry unnecessarily. But this private stream is meant for the dirty laundry. It's meant to be almost like a little group therapy, little group reading. The only people that will be able to see the stream are the people that pay to get into it. And if you pay for a spot, you automatically get a reading of your choice from the reader or readers of your choice. To get a spot is $20. And you can pay for that at the link that is currently on the screen, paypal.me/FafnirandSpawn. That is where you can go to make payments for any private readings you book or any of the private streams that you would care to join. Also, if you would like to throw any tip money at us for any of the readings that we do, it is greatly appreciated, because COVID is unfortunately still affecting us.
And everybody else for that matter.
It's very true.
And yes, and if you don't have a PayPal account and therefore you don't want to use the paypal.me link, just message us and we will send you a PayPal invoice, which you can use anything to pay it.
True.
Any legal tender that you have handy.
Indeed.
You don't need to have a PayPal account to pay a PayPal invoice, which I find very interesting. We like PayPal. They're easy to use.
And so let us close out our evening with Godric. Hey, Godric. So I will tell you just really quick, since you were not here in the beginning. So we are doing 1 or 3 card draws right now. 12, and you're looking for general guidance. You feel so lost lately. Is there a particular deck you would like? You can have the French deck, you can have the Dragon deck, you can have the Sex deck, or you can have the Angel Oracle deck or the Dragon Oracle deck. There are many decks.
I was going to say, what did he say here for a question so far?
So he wants number 12, looking for general guidance. He feels lost lately.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds to be a lot more like a Swiss 1/1 or a Dragon deck.
Let's both.
Yeah.
Let's close
Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice,
Dealer's
you said.
choice.
So I feel a combo coming on.
All right.
French sex deck.
12.
Oh, wait, that's 2 different. Sorry.
That's, yeah.
Ho, ho, ho!
Mr. Sandman. Or Mr. Sandman. I screwed that up. Wow. It's getting late.
Hey, troll. Troll elsewhere.
Oh, wait, I got it. Oh, you bounced him already.
No, I haven't.
Why doesn't it show up on my feed?
It's happening now. Now I bounced him.
Why aren't these showing up on my feed?
I don't know.
I'm so disappointed.
Your feed is... Oh, I'm not going to go there.
Richard won't see his hand on dry ice. I don't understand why. I told him I do a comedy.
Soundman really, really likes to troll the trolls.
Yes, he has so much fun when he does that.
And I mean, I won't discourage trolling of trolls here, as long as we're reasonably reasonable.
No such thing.
There's no such
Did
thing.
you say
as
reasonably reasonable?
That's in fact what I said. Yes, if you could.
That was really, really, really bad. by
Thank
the
you.
way.
Yes, I did say reasonably reasonable. So
So his number was 12.
Yes,
1 and 2 make 3.
indeed.
The number of love, which is the hanging dragon, by the way, or the hanged man. That's the number in the tarot for that one.
Mm-hmm.
This being the finale one, he gets a bonus. He gets 6 cards. He gets 3 Swiss decks, three Swiss cards, and 3 dragon cards.
All right.
Because I really want to see
over.
is there a theme here? Dragon cards. Well, opposite with the first one, he says he feels lonely. He's got the Hermit. And the inverted Hermit, which is the unhealthy Hermit.
And you're in a new living situation right now, and just from your posts on Facebook, I'm not exactly sure if that's going well.
So the inverted Hermit, 8 of Swords, inverted High Priestess for Dragon, and then down here we have the Magician number 1, the 10 of Wands, and the inverted 4 of Cups.
He has confirmed that the new living situation is not going well. Well, you're faking it you're faking it as best you can here.
Also, the fact of if you're faking it's a one thing. Also, you're deliberately not doing what you can. You're not. Sorry, Houston, we have a problem. You ain't operating all thrusters right now. The inverted Hermit. I hate to see that card because the Hermit refers to the time that we all need to take to basically get away. Want to get away, where we basically go back and heal ourselves. The inverted Hermit is more of the unhealthy aspect of that. The fact is that the longer you stay away, the longer you want to stay away for good, and that becomes isolation.
Yes, that's a rabbit hole you can't fall down.
And unfortunately, with the time in COVID, it's the fact of some people have really learned this the hard way.
And you, and correct me if I'm wrong, Godric, you work still, and you work many hours, is my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this is what I'm gleaning from your Facebook posts that I see. So if I am wrong, please correct me. But I am sitting here with your living situation isn't going well, and also you work too damn much.
So you don't really, first of all, you don't really have the ability to actually really correctly, properly, healthfully hermit away and recharge yourself. And so what you do is you get these little binges and bins where the fact of you basically take anything you can to you feel lonely because you're isolating and you're withdrawing yourself in an unhealthy fashion. He
says he's down to 50 hours a week, as if that's a small amount of time.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, you're down to 50 hours a week?
First of all,
good God, man.
8 of Swords, the fact of the dragon wearing the blindfold, can't see the doorway that he's supposed to go through. And then the inverted High Priestess, the fact of both of these saying the fact of you could be doing so much better. You're purposely not looking at yourself. You're not seeing the whole picture. High Priestess being inverted, you're not basically doing what you're supposed to do. You're not creating the magic that you're meant to do. You're so... You're so stuck.
I almost want to say constipated.
That's okay. Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. So, and then the Swiss 1/1J deck is like, ugh.
Which is you're trying to fake it.
Yeah.
You've got the magician, and what do magicians do? Tricks. You're not. Excuse me. You're not actually magic, but you're not actually happy, but you're still trying to do the I can do everything, it's fine, I'm fine. People may know that you're not necessarily brimming with happiness, but you're still trying to give people the impression I can do this, and I don't necessarily agree with you.
And then on top of that, you have the inverted 10 of Wands and the inverted 4 of Cups. Well, upside down cups don't hold water. Sorry. So therefore, Your emotion aspect is the water's just being spilled out. This card looks like it's supposed to be, symmetrical. It's really not. If you look closely, Rose, it's not symmetrical at all. It is inverted into the fact of the fire, the desire, the passion. It's been turned around, and your fire is essentially you're burning it for not even for yourself. You're not doing it to make yourself even happy anymore. You're working too hard, dude.
Yeah, you really are. You are burning out, and
burn out big time.
And you know that, like, one of the worst things is like you're aware of it, but you're also not stopping it either. And I don't know the full details of your situation, but there has to be something that you can do to give yourself some relief in some way, because the center will not hold.
Things will fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one thing that you actually have in your advantage in these cards is the fact of, believe it or not, in all of this mess, there is an elemental balance. You have one earth, one air, one fire, one water. In reference to an elemental perspective, the fact of everything is there. So you can have the balance. And this is an indication of the fact of, even though these cards being inverted in other wrong positions and so forth, it doesn't seem to be a huge correction factor to actually turn this around enough that you can actually make this work. So this doesn't require that you actually blow up your entire life. Not at all. It just requires that you make some subtle changes, which actually does kind of like bring you back to a sense where you don't feel that you're going to be burning out yourself.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that a little bit, because while you say that he doesn't have to, blow up his life, it might feel like the small changes might feel like life blow up, and I can understand that, if that makes sense.
Well, do explain.
For certain people, any kind of change is monumental and huge, especially when you've been doing something for so long and it's so routine and it's so ingrained. For me, wearing my braces now is something that's small, but it's huge for me.
Huge for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so, to us to be like, what's the big deal?
Right. So from your outside perspective, the things that Godric might need to change may seem small to you, but I think part of the issue is that to him they seem much larger.
Okay.
That is the point I was making, and Godric, you can feel free to correct me if I am wrong. Bless you. Oh, I thought you were sneezing. Never mind.
No, not doing that. So, from my untrained eye, my third perspective party, not knowing the details of this, I look at this and say, okay, major changes are not necessary. I could be right. From his perspective, okay, this a little change for me is a major change for him, and I can totally understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But subtle changes, you don't need to make. I mean, the thing is, what will be a small change for you? Hey, if you think it's appropriate, don't change everything overnight. I wouldn't suggest you do it anyway. Make a baby step. Just start with something small, like get an extra hour of sleep, for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm. If there is anything that you can do about the roommate that's giving you trouble, I don't know how you communicate with them, but if there's any boundaries that you can put down with them, if they will actually listen to you. Again, not sure of the entire situation, but that is also something I would recommend. But I highly recommend starting with the actual sleeping and taking care of your body. It's amazing how that can change things.
I mean, the one thing about the Hermit is that you don't actually have to physically go anywhere to recharge. You can just go, you could retreat internally. Or just basically you'll find that little quiet space, at your home, and just do your thing.
What sleep? I don't understand the word, and that's part of the problem because then you're actively damaging your health. You can't keep going at this rate.
And this is why you're wearing a blindfold in the Eight of Swords. This is why your Hermit and your High Priestess are inverted. Those normally are healthy cards, but you have them in the wrong positions.
Because you are currently not living healthily.
Right.
But you don't need us to tell you that. You already know that. What you want is for us to essentially put the boot up your ass for change.
Well, consider the boot thrust up your ass.
Yes,
Change.
boot is up ass. Do the thing.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah. So, if there is anything else you want to add to that, Godric, or, whatever, I just want to, before we close out for the evening, say thank you so much to everybody who tuned in,
Indeed.
everybody who got a reading. As I say this every stream, but I genuinely mean it, that your continued patronage means so much to us, because without you guys, we would not be doing this.
This is true.
And we hope to see a bunch of you for our Black Friday stream on the 27th, so that you can totally buy something, but also stay in the comfort of your own home.
Yes, because after all, you won't get COVID from us, because we'll all be socially distanced, like really socially distanced.
So yes, so that is the next time that we will be streaming is the 27th. For those of you who pay to have a spot in that reading, we will see you then. And for those of you who do not, we will see you on our next Ask Us Anything, which actually our guest is still yet to be determined. So we'll surprise you with that later.
You're going to surprise us too. We don't know who we're going to have on it yet.
We have a long list.
That's right. Everybody wants to be a guest on the Lord Fafnir and Spawn show. Did I do that right?
You're right, Joe. It is a very cool thing to do on Black Friday. I like giving the people the option of, helping out local businesses while also not getting trampled in stores, especially during a pandemic. It's a win-win for everyone.
It actually absolutely is, yes. Hey, you also can buy gift certificates from us as well. You can actually give us as Christmas presents.
Yes, you can.
I'm totally serious. We actually do have gift certificates for people who would buy them for the holidays. So you can actually, invest in Lord Fafnir and Spawn. We'll send you something in the mail, if that's what you like. You can basically, someone can unwrap it under the Christmas tree and have an actual prepaid reading with Lord Fafnir and Spawn.
And you can ask us about that by messaging us on our Facebook page or emailing us at fafnirandspawn@gmail.com or fafnirandspawn@comcast.net if you're particular.
Either or.
We have multiple emails.
There's lots of ways to get a hold of us.
Lots of ways that you can get a hold of us. And again, the price for our Black Friday stream is only $20. So $20 gets you any kind of reading you want. And again, unlike the public streams, on the private streams, we open it up to do any kind of psychic work that
yes.
So this is when we bring out the energy work, the past life readings and regressions, the numerology, the astrology, the clairaudience, and things like that.
Anything else that comes into it. Plus, we're going to be starting to put together classes as well in the near future. Actually, at this point, we'll probably wait till after Christmas, I think, but still. For those of you who actually would like to learn how to do some of the things that we do, as far as how to read tarot, how to interpret tarot, or
we do private lessons, but we will also be starting to do some Zoom classes.
Mm-hmm. So that will be something for the new year. For those of you who would like to be involved in things of that sort. So
again, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We are incredibly humbled and appreciative as always. And as we always say when we end these streams,
merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.